Όσα σου έχω δώσει έχω τώρα μετανιώσει. Τη ζωή μου είναι άλλη τόση. Όσα σου έχω δώσει έχω τώρα μετανιώσει. Τίποτα άλλο δεν θα με πληγώσει.
And now I need to continue with this passion. No. Okay. Shut the fuck up. Car crash.
Is this the world's stupidest defender of Israel and its crimes? So, a little context here.
You fucking moron. Okay, you know how I see you? I see you like a 10-year-old. Like I am a dragon and you are a sheep. An annoying little sheep. Guys, imagine how the type of feelings this moron brings out on me immediately. Sorry. I couldn't help myself. Go on.
On Piers Morgan's show to debate a guy called Josh Hammer, who I've never heard of, but I did my homework and...
Who the fuck cares if you never heard of him? Who the hell gives a fuck? Go on, Jihadi. Look, Jihadi. Okay. You will get whatever you deserve.
Found a hideous, bigoted defender of genocide. Now look, anyone who defends Israel's genocide...
It's not a genocide, you fucking moron. Okay, so let me count to 10 backwards. I did it. It's not a genocide because, first of all, the casualty rate, it was exaggerated by Hamas. Now we all know that the casualty rate is 1.2 to 1. Every combatant, one civilian was killed. Okay, 1.2 civilians. That's better than most wars, if not all wars. Secondly, Israel did the best it could to avoid civilian casualties. Thirdly, the war has ended, you fucking moron, and now it's proven it's not a genocide. Okay? Because if it was a genocide, now the war is ended and all these people are still living. Fourth, Palestinians were not targeted for extermination. They were targeted for capitulation. And for 2 years, they insisted in a war. They were insisting keeping hostages. So what do you expect Israel to do? Okay, so moreover, we are talking about the martyr cult, a cult that doesn't care about human life. Not even their own children. Okay, so the martyr cult that celebrates death more than we love life, okay, put their civilians in harm's way to convince idiots like you to carry on their jihad. Okay, so you are more responsible than Israel for the Palestinian casualties, literally. Because if there weren't low intelligent imbeciles like you, Hamas wouldn't have the incentive to keep going the war. And more children suffer. Okay, so Hamas put their civilians in harm's way because that is their main military strategy. Okay, they hide their military infrastructure under civilian infrastructure. They are not having uniforms. They made a terrorist attack that demanded to be responded. The type of terrorist attack they made was like saying, please attack us. And that is exactly what they wanted. Do you know the definition of a terrorist attack? They are making a shock effect with the intent to bring the other to overreact in order to create this unity of all the radicals like you. Okay, So it's not a genocide. And what is the other main point? Genocide, it has to do with the intent. Okay. What was the point? And I will do something. Okay, wait. So the Palestinians were not attacked for who they are, but what they do. And wait now, you fucking moron. Wait. So, yeah, I might close that. Okay, so if a group of people is not targeted for who they are, but what they do, is this a genocide? No. Under the legal definition of genocide in international law, targeting people for what they do, their action, behavior, political affiliation, combatant status, criminal activity, etc., does not qualify it as genocide. Okay. Okay. That's the proof. And let's ask the other thing. If our peoples are not targeted for extermination, rather for capitulation, like releasing the hostages or stop surrendering, keep down your weapons. Okay, so if a war is happening for the other side in order to surrender or release the hostages, is this a genocide? So I say, if our peoples are not targeted, how did I write the target? Targeted for extermination, rather for capitulation, is this a genocide? No. Under the legal definition of genocide, targeting people for capitulation, forcing surrender, hear this, submission or political military defeat rather than for extermination does not constitute a genocide. Okay, you fucking moron. The end. It's not a genocide. That is the proof. Okay. Now, where were he? Tell us your psychopathology.
Is morally bankrupt. They're defending the indefensible. Israel has committed every single war crime and crime against humanity there is to commit in what is, after all, a live-streamed genocide.
No, it's not, and we've just proven that. You are just an idiot. You are a neo-Marxist that weaponizes words because in your narrative, you are living in a Star Wars of good versus evil, and you are the good. You are. Let me explain what you are. You are a dumb, low-intelligent buffoon that think that he should always virtue signaling, and that all war conflict is a matter of will. It's a matter of will. If only this is how they want to think, these idiots. If only Israel didn't want to kill people, it would stop. Because it's just will. Israel should not want to kill people. They should stop, not want. You thinking like a 10-year-old. I remember me thinking like that 8 years old. Because 10 I was too smart to think like that. Okay? So you are a radical leftist and you think like a 10-year-old. Do you understand? You are a dumb buffoon, and because of your idiocy, jihadists take advantage of your idiocy and they continue the jihad with result of suffering in this world. Literally, you fucking moron, because you are an 80 IQ moron, literally people die. Children die in Gaza. Because jihadis, what is the best weapon of jihadis? These idiots. The jihadis think, okay, we don't have any chance to defeat Israel, but we should not surrender. We should continue to put our people in harm's way, because we have the morons in the West like Owen Jones who will continue our information jihad. This is what they are thinking. You are literally the best weapon of jihadis. You are that dumb and pathetic that you are the number one weapon of Hamas. You fucking imbecile. Okay?
And its leaders have done more to publicly express their genocidal intent than almost any genocide in history as it happened.
Yes, that's absolutely wrong. Okay? And Cora, do you know Cora? Okay, let's go now and let's humiliate you once more, you fucking moron. This argument, Cora the jihadi dared to make against another lady, and she destroyed her. Even Muslims were saying how we can go back from this embarrassment. Okay, even Muslims accuse Cora that now we need to do something to cover for your humiliation. And if you, anyway, so let's see this debate. Cora, debate Israel. Fucking moron.
هدب فؤادك بالحياة فالله قد مدح الحياة وهو الحي.
All right, and okay, so I don't know your major point of contention. If you want to, what's the major point of contention that you two have?
The topic for the debate is if Israel is committing a genocide.
Perfect. So let's. Are you okay with an hour?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Obviously, we cannot have an hour, so let me find the relevant part.
So let's.
Is a made-up genocide.
So if Israel is being precise in this regard and not intending a genocide, which we're going to be very precise in the definition as well when we do the open flow dialogue, then why do we see Israel repeatedly committing things such as carpet? Historic claim more precisely.
Is Israel carpet bombing? Are you mentally... God damn it, you guys... Okay, so I will say something. Okay, there are radical leftists and Islamists in this world because there are dumb people. Okay, you are simply dumb. Okay, it's not like you have a different opinion. It's not radical leftists and non-radical leftists. It's idiot versus a normal person. The same is with Islamists. You Islamists are dumb people. Simple as that. We have Islamists in this world because we have dumb people. Carpet bombing. Where did you show carpet bombing? The mere fact that all Gaza is destroyed and so many people, so little casualties in comparison, means that it's not carpet bombing. Have you seen carpet? Let me give you some pictures, you fucking moron, to see what is carpet bombing. Pics. If you see the pics, maybe you will wake up, you fucking moron. Sorry guys, carpet bombing. Where can I find this picture? World War II, let's put. Imagine, the internet hasn't got any modern carpet bombing because in modern days, no one is doing carpet bombing, in fact. This is carpet bombing. Israel did this Did Israel did this? No, it didn't. And by the way, if Israel did this, literally no one would have been surviving in Gaza in the first day. You wouldn't need a week. With this, in small Gaza, with this way, not a single person would have survived. So it was never carpet bombing.
She says that the Arabs, and if I'm not mistaken, she's referring to Muslims as well, individuals that are trying to genocide the Jews in this land.
20 seconds.
She said that this is a claim that is being made. We're going to have to go even further in that. I'm going to start speaking faster. Now, what's interesting is we see historically the exact opposite going on. We see the Muslims and we see the Arabs historically from hundreds of years ago defending the Jews, protecting the Jews from people.
Bullshit.
That Israel is committing a genocide, right? Yes. Genocide has a very specific definition. The definition means that you have to meet.
We already disproved the ChatGPT example I did is conclusive refutation of genocide. If you didn't catch what I did, go back and see that again. So let's just go to the other part.
So the point that I was making is you made the claim that Benjamin Netanyahu was specifically talking about Hamas. Now, I've watched the entirety of the clip, and nowhere is Hamas mentioned whatsoever. So I'm going to ask, what's the likeness between the Amalekites and the group that he's speaking about? What's the likeness?
Yes. So Netanyahu literally spoke about Hamas in this speech. I have seen the speech, and he said Hamas. In the same speech about the Amalekites, he also said, otherwise, he said that other than saying that he was referring to Hamas, he started by saying Hamas. Then he goes on saying, we are a moral army, we are not targeting the people. Okay, so he got even more specific. And also in this speech, Netanyahu gives more war references reflecting the Jewish history of war. So when he said Amalekites, he made also other war reference of the Jewish people. So he wanted to inspire the Jewish people for war. It was not, he didn't mention the Amalekites because of the genocide. Okay? So you are wrong about that. So, but let's the girl expose you now.
The likeness is that they are both enemies of the state of Israel.
Okay, and were those women, children, infants, camels, and donkeys enemies of the state of Israel?
In biblical times, but I would also like for you to focus on what's currently happening. And once again, please show me a military objective that shows a direct lack of care for the lives of the Palestinians, or even a step further, that they directly want to genocide them. Because again, what you're failing to prove is dula specialis, a requirement of genocide.
Okay, yes, and the point that's being made is when we see Benjamin Netanyahu explicitly likening what's going on to the Amalekites, and the Amalekites were in fact genocided, then that in and of itself is an evidence of intent. Unless you want to say that, okay, so killing women, infants, camels, sheep, and donkeys is not a genocide?
So this is through biblical times. Again, they were overall enemies of the state of Israel. I would love to know, right, because in that specific speech, what Netanyahu also talks about is the extent in which they are taking to minimize and prevent civilian casualties. You've completely left that part out of the speech, which I find to be quite interesting. But I would also love to know, once again, what direct military objectives have shown that Israel is trying to annihilate the Palestinian people. Because I will show you not just quotes from Hamas leadership, not just quotes from Palestinian Authority leadership, not just quotes from Arab commissions back even in 1937 openly stating that there is no country of Palestine, right? I will show you not just these words, but I will also show you the fact that Hamas and the PA and all of these other groups have specifically put forth military objectives to annihilate the Jewish people. So I would love if we could remove ourselves from biblical times, right? Because we are not focused on that. And if you could show me actual evidence moving forward that these words, which by the way, the Hague themselves literally has a quote about Amalek, hanging up in their office, right? So I would be curious if you think that they are also trying to commit genocide. Show me actual, tangible evidence, not just words.
Wait, so we're not just going to use words. So what exactly do we use to establish intent? Because previously, when I asked you, can we infer intent from actions, you said independently no, which is why I went to speech and I went to what Benjamin Netanyahu said about Amalek. That's exactly why we got here. So
Yes.
the point that I made, and I asked you a question, it wasn't answered. You said that the likeness between the Amalekites and what's going on here is that they were both enemies to the state of Israel. I asked you a question.
Okay. So now let me humiliate you. If I find the speech now, okay. So either I don't think they are liars. They are simply that dumb, or they are liars. I don't know, really, guys. When it comes to jihadists and radical leftists, I never can understand. Okay. In most cases, I can understand. I am very good judge of people. In the case of Islamists and radical leftists, I truly cannot understand whether they are that dumb or they are lying. I mean, did this girl just went to a debate quoting Netanyahu, but she didn't even see the video? Or she saw the video and she's lying? So is she that dumb? Or she's lying? I cannot understand. But let's see the Netanyahu Amalek speech.
אזרחי ישראל, אתמול בערב נכנסו כוחות קרקעיים נוספים שלנו בשערי עזה, בפתחו של מעוז הרשע. זהו השלב השני של המלחמה, שמטרותיה ברורות. השמדת היכולות הצבאיות והשלטוניות של החמאס.
What did he say? Extermination of Hamas. What are the goals? Our goals are... did he say genocide? No. He said the extermination of Hamas and the safe return of the hostages.
החזרת החטופים הביתה. קיבלנו את ההחלטה על הרחבת הפעילות הקרקעית פה אחד, גם בקבינט המלחמה וגם בקבינט המדיני-ביטחוני. צה"ל הוא הצבא המוסרי ביותר בעולם. צה"ל עושה הכל כדי להימנע
The IDF is the most moral army in the world. In the same speech he says, the IDF does everything to prevent harming civilians and uninvolved. Is this a genocide statement? No. You just... and imagine this moron... Let's go back to this idiot. This moron...
You must remember...
This...
Because previously, when I asked you...
Yeah.
Is this the world's stupidest defender of Israel and its crimes? So, a little context here.
Okay, so this moron quotes this speech as the best proof for genocide. So now, enjoy this imbecile. So the speech that Netanyahu said that the IDF is the most moral army in the world and will do everything to avoid civilian casualties, this speech, this moron uses to prove a genocide.
I went on Piers Morgan's show to debate a guy called Josh Hammer, who I've never heard of, but I did my homework and found a hideous, bigoted defender of genocide. Now look, anyone who defends Israel's genocide is morally bankrupt. They're defending the indefensible.
Yeah.
Israel has committed every single war crime and crime against humanity there is to commit in what is, after all, a live-streamed genocide, while its leaders have done more to publicly express their genocidal intent than almost any genocide in history as it happened. Now,
no, they didn't. You are just a fucking moron. Okay? No, they didn't. You are just a fucking imbecile that... I don't think you are a liar. I think you are incompetent the Marxist disease in your brain makes you incompetent to take in information. So I believe that this guy listened to the speech of Netanyahu, and he just got the things that he liked, he took in, and the things that he didn't like, he just rejected. This is what the Marxist mental disease makes to the human mind. Okay, they cannot be objective. They cannot. Okay, so, and this is not the only time this happens. Okay, people make arguments against educate these morons over and over again, and they keep saying the same things. So they are incapable of learning. Okay, so anyway, thank you very much.